Hello, hello, Taurus. This is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill. We are going to talk about May. Dun, dun, dun. It's going to be great. We have 4 weeks this month, so we'll have 4 columns of cards in the overview, and I'm programming these cards. There is still new things coming. I have not done everything yet, but I have a new phone. I have a new tripod. Everything is, technology is moving up forward, and I am progressing. Haha. So please bear with me while the changes take place little by little in little areas. And so everything is, going to be different little bit by little bit. I will be offering classes, and those classes will be in crystals and tarot and other things, but you'll just have to give me a chance. They will be on Zoom, so you can attend from far and wide. Please do. I appreciate that, and we will figure this out. I'm programming these cards for the first week of May so that we can get going right at the end of this video. We will see what comes up. But yes, stay tuned. When I do offer classes and things, it will be on my website with a link to where to join classes and book appointments. Okay? Cool. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and lay these cards out. The first row is, of course, where we are, the overriding theme for that week. The next row is going to be what's blocking us in each of these weeks. Excellent. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. All right, Taurus. What we have here is in the first week of May, May 1st through the 7th, we have the Ace of Wands, which is showing us that there's a new idea coming up for you, something you want to expand yourself into, and you're excited about the possibilities of it. There's also the Ace of Swords showing what's blocking you, meaning that this is the gift of power. And it won't be helpful in this moment to have extra power or responsibility, but it's there and it's a possibility. So keep it in mind while we look at the next thing down, which if power is blocking you and responsibility is blocking you, you might be overbooked. But of course, the Magician here says that you can do anything you want to do as long as you're willing to do the work to do it. And that means physical labor. This is not the wish card where you just put the energy on the universe and things fall out of the sky. This is the one where you figure out what you want, you plot your course, you pull out your tools, and you get busy with it. Okay? So that's what we're working towards, is getting busy with it. All right? Cool. The next week over, we're looking at May 8th through the 14th, and we have the Page of Swords is telling me that there's more information about power coming to you, more responsibility. That's interesting and good. So this is cool. When you get this information, it's going to be important for you to do something a little bit different, and you don't want to share the information right away. This is the Three of Swords, which is my card, which basically means that if you have information, this information will be useful to you, and until you know what you want to do with it, you shouldn't reveal it to just everybody. Okay? Keep the information under your hat. Talk to people about the weather, talk about what they're watching on TV, talk to them about themselves, but do not talk to them about what you've got going on. You can talk to them about the shows you watch. It's fine. They won't know, especially if you keep asking them about themselves. That will be helpful. They will like talking about themselves, but it's most important for you to know and understand that sharing your information means that your information could be used against you, and we don't want that. Okay? Don't use your information against you. If you've found a way to fix a problem, don't publicize that the problem is fixed. It is not your job to do that. Things will be moving quickly at this time. So this is the Eight of Wands, which tells me there's a giant quickening happening at this time. So as things get going, things will move forward and it will be okay. So breathe, don't freak out, and we will get more in-depth information about this in another video. Right here, we're talking about the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords is shown up for May 15th through the 21st. So in May 15th through the 21st, you are going to be feeling all the areas in which you have power and control that you may not have felt in a while or understood in a while. Not that you didn't have it, but this is a new opportunity for you to truly embrace all of what that means for you and how that works and how to maneuver within the realm of this power. So it's always fun to experiment with it a little bit. It's also fun to not freak yourself out about it. It's power, and it's not all bad. Power isn't bad, because this is your opportunity to embrace it and become the good king that you know that you are. The good king will open up, when people come to pillage the town, his town will rally and take care of the king and make sure he doesn't die. Cool. The bad king has already beaten his people so much that they're like, I'm going to open the gate for you. You come in, and he's right up the road. And that's never a good sign when your team doesn't want to throw themselves on the ground for you. So power is power, and we want you desperately to hang on to it, keep hold of it, understand it, and embrace it, but in a good king kind of way. Boxes of donuts always come up when I'm talking about that. So for some reason, that's an interesting idea. It's a way of keeping the troops happy, and they will support you undoubtedly. The better you treat your people, the better your people treat you. So keep that in mind. The Ace of Pentacles is shown up here in the area where you're blocked. So that doesn't feel like there's going to be a giant windfall of cash coming out of the situation that you're getting to be in charge of. If you have a new job coming, it's not going to come with a ton of dough. Not right away. So keep that in mind and let that be okay. Adjust, 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 right? And now the Tower. The Tower is here as part of our solution. And it operates in two directions. One is falling apart, and the other is falling together. So keeping that in mind, this really feels like an opportunity for things to fall back together, okay? So all of these things are interesting, and it could be very tactily important to just sort of allow things to come together in their own time and in their own way. It looks like you're not going to necessarily have a giant windfall financially. So that's something to just keep in mind and not expect it. And when that helps get things moving along in a more smooth fashion, when other people might be arguing about finances on the daily, all right? The next week over, May 22nd through the 28th, the Emperor. The Emperor is here to tell us that your foundation is happening. You are all about your foundation right now. You are setting the basis for what will come and what will be, and that's important. So making sure that everybody is taken care of is a good thing, and that's very good. Take care of your home life, take care of your foundations at work, take care of your foundations at home, take care of your personal foundation. Make sure your body's doing its thing. Make sure if you need to go to the doctor, right? Make sure everything's all the tires are getting kicked, and all the pressures being checked, and everything is good. Okay, cool. We have the Seven of Swords, or the Seven of Swords is showing me an area where you're blocked this particular week, 22nd through the 28th, and it shows me that there is this thing about wanting to take your power back this particular week, because you're like, okay, while my foundation is at issue, I want to be empowered in the process, and I want to be a little bit in control of the situation. We're going to look at that more in depth in another video, but you have an ally in the situation. The Queen of Wands is here, and she is all about helping you out. Okay, so don't be alarmed, don't be upset. Know that you have allies coming to be of service in this process. Okay, cool. Somebody who's got your back and wants you to succeed no matter what. All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and save these cards over here, and we will expand on these readings in subsequent videos. But we're going to go deep on the first week first, which was a pretty nice looking week from where I was standing. So let's read. Let's get some more information right now. All right. All right, so we had the Ace of Wands as where we are, and that's really great. We have new ideas that are coming up, and we're having the Nine of Cups telling us that our wishes are being fulfilled, so we can have whatever we want, and that is good. And you're able to name your own price and have a nice financial foundation, okay? So this is good stuff. All good stuff. Perfect. Now, your financial foundation is in order. You have wishes fulfilled and good ideas. Great. Now we have the gift of power in the blocking zone. So more responsibility may or may not be helpful in this moment of now, because the new responsibility comes with it arguments over your ideas. The Seven of Wands has shown up to say that people are not going to want to do what you want to do, even with this new idea, or even with this new responsibility. And the Eight of Swords has shown up to say that there's going to be a part of you that's feeling blocked and stuck. And the important thing for you to do in this situation is to empower yourself by looking at it from a new perspective and seeing what you can do with it. This seems like a good week for that kind of business, and I'm encouraging you to embrace new ideas and release old ideas. And certainly if things are caught up in old ideas and can't get out from under the old ideas, maybe rephrasing the situation so that you can get to where you want to go is the important key. Okay? The Magician is talking about putting your hands on stuff and making things happen. And breaking out your tools and doing the physical labor to get what you want. It's all good. It's going to happen. It's perfect. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune shows up in support of this, being that this is a karmic lesson for you. It may be that, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. This is the whole story there. It's very likely that phrase will work here, and that it will help clear up some issues. Okay? There's something else going on that is bringing us back to the Three of Swords. We have the Three of Swords in next week as well. But the Three of Swords is showing up as part of your solution in the first week. While you have the Magician playing out and you're getting whatever you want by doing physical labor, it might also be some quiet conversations that speak to your needs and wants and desires. But at the same time, you need to be very cautious in how you use your power right now. The Three of Swords is always about keeping it to yourself. Don't share every little thing in your mind, because it could get out and other people may take your power and use it against you, okay? So be cautious, be careful, be on point about how you handle this. And I think you're going to have a decent week, all right? Hang in there. We'll talk about next week. Thank you.